So you can see we're on the CBI Squarespace page, and right now I'm going to go through how to do some basic edits on the back end. So you can see we're working on some not linked pages right now. Specifically, we're working on the Coastal Dynamics Lab page and associated pages. So right now I have the Coastal Dynamics Lab publications page pulled up. So the first thing that I'm going to go through is how you would go about entering one of these articles. So how to add the picture, how to add the text, how to add the button, how to add the lines, etc. That way it's easy for whomever is watching this video to do all of that stuff on their own. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hover around, and once you see the edit button, you want to click edit. So now across the top, I'm going to add a block. So the first thing that I do is I add my image, and then I add my text, and then I add my line. You don't necessarily have to do this in any type of order like I've just done it. Just as long as you add all of those, you're good. I like to add the buttons at the end because it's a little bit difficult, and you'll see that when you're placing the buttons. So right now I'm just going to stick with the line and the image and the text. Alright, so now I have my images, my text, and my lines added in. So now I want to format them the same way I have the other ones formatted. So you can see I have some blank ones here that are waiting for article entries. So I'm going to show you how I got them queued up this way. Alright, so here's my image. I want my text to be next to it. So I'm going to drag it over to the side, but I only want it to be next to the image. I don't want it to be next to everything. So you can see if I drag it, my mouse over to the right a little bit, the line on the right hand side expands so that it's next to everything. That's not what I want. I want it specifically next to the image, just like that. And so I let go, and you can see that the default is to split it exactly 50-50. I want the image to be a little bit smaller than the text, so I just drag this over, the cursor over, in order to make it the same size as all my other images. Then I'm going to do the same thing for my next image. I'm going to drag my image between the lines, because I have lines breaking up each article. Then I'm going to take my text box, just like I did before. Make sure it's just next to the image, let it go. Then I'm going to adjust the size of my image and my text so that it's just like all the other ones. And then now you can see I have 5 entries ready to be made. Alright, so up here you're going to notice that I have the articles in reverse chronological order. So that means as I scroll up, they're getting more recent and more recent. As I scroll down, of course, these are our older articles. So the only articles that I need to port over now are actually the old articles. And so I am going to show you my list of PDFs. So this is the one that I'm on right now. This is the 15th one that I'm doing. This is from May of 2004. Okay, so I'm going to open up this PDF so I can see the title of it. I'm going to copy the title, and then I'm going to paste it in my text area. Then I'm going to go back to my PDF. I'm going to copy all of my authors. So I just hit enter, put that on a new line. And then on the next line, I look and I check, okay, this is May 2004, so I type May 2004. Now for the dates, I've been italicizing those, so I'm going to italicize it. For the authors, I'm going to get rid of these asterisks because they don't really convey anything when they're not part of the article. And then I have been doing, instead of an and, I've been doing an ampersand. Okay. And I have been bolding the names of all of the authors. And this one is not bolded yet. I actually just did this one, so let's update that as well. Then for the title of the article, I've been using this as heading 3. So you can see there's heading 3, and I don't actually want it to be bolded. Okay. And so now I have all the information for the article. So I'm going to go over to the article again, and I'm going to find myself a nice image that I can snip out. So I scroll through here. This actually looks pretty neat. So I'm going to take my snipping tool, and I'm just going to snip out this image. and then I'm going to save my snip. Now, if I forgot which one I was on, I could just go back and I could be like, okay, this is CDL 15. You can do whatever naming convention you want to do. This has just been working really well for me. So let's see, go to CDL, article pictures. This is going to be CDL 15, and then I hit save. Okay, so now I have my image. Then I come back over to my image on my web page and I click edit. Then I'm going to do upload an image, and then I'm going to go to CDL, article pictures, and then I'm going to choose CDL 15, click open, and click apply. Then the next thing that I need to do is I need to edit it, and I'm going to click image editor, and I'm going to crop it so it's 1:1. Okay, so all the other ones are 1:1, so that's why I'm going to crop this one. So this looks pretty good, or I could choose this if I wanted to. I think I'm going to choose this on the left-hand side. Click save, save again, and then click apply. And now it's going to be the same size as all the other images. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do is I want to add a button. So the default, they'll have learn more. I've been doing read article. So read article, then instead of the medium size, I want to do the small size. And then instead of alignment center, I want alignment left. And I'll click apply, and then I drag this up to the article that I'm working on. And I don't want it when it's a box like this. I want the line underneath it. So this is where I want to drop it. So I let go, and you can see I've got my read article button. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to allow the image and the button to connect you to the article itself. So in order for this to be really great in the future, I'm uploading the PDF files. That way we don't have to worry about if another website updates their website and changes the URL. We'll still have all of these PDF files in the cloud. And so whenever you want to view that article, as long as we're using Squarespace and Squarespace's cloud, then we will be able to view those articles. So I'm going to click edit on my button here, and then I'm going to click this little sun looking thing, my settings wheel, and then I'm going to choose file, and I'm going to scroll down and click upload file. So then I'm going to navigate to my article PDF folder, choose CDL 15, click open, and then once it's done uploading, I'm going to check the box to let it know that that's the one that I want to appear when I click the button. Then I click save. And then last but not least, click apply. Then I'm going to do pretty much the same thing with the image. So I click on the image, then I click on the design tab, scroll down to the bottom, click on my little sun wheel for my click through our URL, then click file, select that same one, CDL 15, and click save. Okay, and then apply. And so now this is linked. So if I wanted to save my changes, we could test it out. I can click this right here, and this will bring up the PDF of the article. I could also click on the button, and it would also bring up the PDF of the article. So let's scroll back down and click read article, and you can see it brings up the PDF. Okay? So that's pretty much it for how to add an article. The dragging objects around can be a little bit touchy. That's the only thing that can be a little bit tough about this, but otherwise it's super easy and super straightforward. So that's pretty much all I've got, and happy article adding.